has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.
We pick up play now in the fourth over. 6 runs are on the board. Wasim Akram is the bowler. He's coming in to bowl to Jeff Marsh, and your commentators are Bill Lurry and Rodney Marsh.
It's a fine shot. First 4 of the afternoon.
Magnificent square drive by Jeffrey Marsh. One of his favourite strokes, that along with a cut shot. And the cover drive, but this one, he has really slashed that behind point, and no chance with that easterly breeze of that ever stopping before it got to the boundary boards.
Imran Khan bowling from the members' end. That could be out. No, he's put it down. We'll have a look at umpire Steve Randall. There's no signal that was a chance. Yes, a chance has gone begging. That's no wicket for 16.
Let's just see how Salim did drop this catch. It seemed to be almost in slow motion, the ball in the air. I guess it was in slow motion in our camera. But it stayed in the air and really ballooned up, and he got 2 hands to it. And it rebounded out before his elbows hit the ground. So it wasn't a very good piece of wicket-keeping, that, Bill.
No, it certainly wasn't all that quick, and he had a good sider of it because it was away from Marsh's body. They pay the penalty because that's a fine cover drive.
Oh, a beautiful shot by Jeff Marsh. The second time he's found the boundary on the offside off Wasim. His cover drive, another of his favourite shots. So all we've got to do now is to see the cut. We've seen his square drive, we've seen his cover drive.
And here's Imran. And that's going to be out straight to the fielder. Well taken. Salim Jaffer, long leg. And Glenn Bishop's first innings for Australia ends with a hook straight to the long leg fielder. And Australia have lost their first wicket for 26.
Yes, he's definitely a front foot player, Glenn Bishop, and he doesn't look at all comfortable when the ball is pitched in short. And that was really just a scoop shot, which has brought about his downfall. Australia 1 for 26.
And Dean Jones, the century maker of yesterday evening, coming in with Australia having lost their first wicket. Glenn Bishop, in his first match, taking the place of David Boone, and out to this shot. And that's a fine shot. Not a good ball from Jaffer. It was short, end of the cross, but Dean Jones, following his century last night, full of confidence and form, and really put it away beautifully.
Salim Jaffer on his way, left arm over the wicket.
Well, there's hesitation here. Someone is going to be run out. Shoaib comes in and makes the run out. Keeps his cool. Yes, no, and in the end it's a sorry. And Jeff Marsh goes. He called for the run. Dean Jones was coming for it. And Marsh goes, run out. Terrible mix-up.
It's another one of those situations where if the ball is played square of the wicket, there's likely to be a misunderstanding. There certainly was on that occasion. No misunderstanding there from Shoaib, though. He kept his head, took the bails off, and Marsh is run out for 28. Australia 2 for 49.
Alan Border comes in with the loss of the second wicket, and 2 crucial wickets going, 2 for 49, and the second one really a needless run out. Now let's have a look at it.
The ball is played behind square. That means it's the non-striker's call. Dean Jones has definitely started out, and then he's bailed out on Jeff Marsh. You can't do that. I mean, Marsh is relying on the non-striker because it's his call.
Was it that one? Just a little uppishly, but into the gap, and this outfield's fast, so that'll end up going to the boundary for 4. So the Australian captain off the mark, and that'll make a few of those people in the terraces very happy.
Salim Jaffer the bowler Dean Jones.
Well, it's in the air, and oh, just short of Madassa at mid-wicket. Now, that one seemed to bounce just a little bit more. Madassa a little slow out of the blocks there. He eventually, I think, got his fingertips to it, but wasn't able to get them underneath the ball.
Jaffa gets a bit of extra bounce. Dean Jones threw that shot. All balloons. Fingers couldn't quite get underneath it. Madassa lunging forward, a desperate effort. As Tony said, just a little slow out of the blocks. Would have been a great catch.
Madassa, the bowler. Well, bowled him. He's dragged that one back onto the stumps. The border was looking to cut it away square. It swung just a little bit. So Madassa has foxed the Australian captain, and Australia have now lost their third wicket.
Well, Madassa, the giant killer against the West Indies. He dismissed Haynes, Richards and Logie. And now added to that, the Australian captain, Alan Border. And what a breakthrough for the Pakistan team. Alan Border leaves the scene. 14 runs, a couple of well-struck boundaries on the onside. Australia 3 wickets down for 70.
Stephen Waugh, the new batsman for Australia, and I think it's probably time that he got himself another 80. 80 is his top score, 81 in fact. He's in his 25th one-day international, so he's probably due for 100. Dean Jones scored his first one yesterday. Hopefully, from Australia's point of view, Stephen Waugh may chalk one up today.
Well, Waugh at the crease now because the Australian captain lost his wicket like this. He's over the top of the ball, coming on a little slow, not through the shot, and all he could do was chop it down onto the middle stump. Not a good-looking shot from Border.
Asif bowling again from the members' end. That's not very well bowled, but Ward took full advantage of it. Good shot. Much too short from Asif. Ward placed it perfectly. 3 for 96. Man out there, but he's not going to be anywhere near that. Javed was the fielder, couldn't get near it.
Good shot, Dean Jones. Just giving that a little bit more elevation. He was out in a similar, off a similar stroke with less elevation in the game. WA versus Victoria hit a long hop from Vic Marks straight to Ken McClay.
And that's a mighty hit. That's going to go into the crowd. That's 6.
That was a beautiful shot from Dean Jones. Slightly over-pitched it was, and he really went for it. There's no one back at wide mid-on, and he hit it way and over the top there, and that one wasn't caught by the crowd.
So Madassa now to start his last over.
Beautifully placed by Dean Jones. Javed Mian, that is out on the point boundary or cover point boundary. He had absolutely no chance of cutting that one off. It's the 6th 4 for Dean Jones. And the important thing there was the placement. Madassa has picked up 1 wicket today. He's 93rd in international one-dayers. Picked up 3 the other night against the West Indies. That's beautifully hit. 6. What a great way to bring up the 50. The in-swinger there from Madassa, and Stephen Waugh just helped it on its way. Just 70 deliveries he has faced for his 50. was into about the 5th row of the garden seats. Dean Jones on 99, looking for back-to-back centuries. He's facing Imran Khan. In the commentary position, Bill Lawry and Max Walker.
Thank you, Ian. So it's Imran Khan from the members' end. And there it is. Well played, Dean Jones. Back-to-back hundreds, just what the doctor ordered. A very happy young man, and rightly so. Steve Waugh, a wonderful partnership. A tremendous ovation from a crowd that has really built up here at the WACA. Support from his teammates. Superb knock.
Yes, Dean Jones. 200s inside 24 hours. It's not a bad performance in any cricket. Put the head down after the run out of Marsh, and hasn't he gone on with it? What a great knock.
Imran the bowler. Ruddy. That's the end of Stephen Waugh, his highest score in one-day internationals, but what a fine knock. They took the score from 70 to 243. The end of a brilliant innings. Gave as much strike as possible to Dean Jones. Jones didn't let him down. Generous support from this big crowd at the WACA.
Waugh can be very proud of his work at the crease today. Really complimented the work of Dean Jones at the other end. But trying to innovate a bit there, make a bit of room to glide the ball down backward a point. He loses the off stump, but at this stage of the match, you've got to try anything. You've got to try and get the runs on the board. Another 45 to 50 runs by the Australians here would be a great performance. But well batted, Steve Waugh. 82 runs, just 102 deliveries. Australia now 4 down for 243.
Greg Matthews, the batsman, immediately off the mark. Single. Awkward time for Greg Matthews to come to the crease. It comes because Stephen Waugh was finally clean bowled by Imran Khan.
He's one of the great all-rounders in the world, Imran Khan. That's the off stump. Yeah, pretty good dismissal. And you come perhaps 100 runs too late for the Pakistanis. But now, at least one new man at the crease.
3 overs to be bowled. Wasim Akram to continue the run rate. 5.34 per over scored. It's the end of Matthews. Roaring away. Wasim Akram through with the full pitch. And Greg Matthews coming in at an awkward time. Fails to the medium pacer.
It's Matthews on a hiding to nothing, coming in with just a few overs to go, trying to innovate, trying to make room for himself. And so often we see a batsman, even a batsman in form, go out on that sort of shot. Not something we'd see in the more disciplined game. But Matthews out for 3, Australia 5 for 254.
Simon O'Donnell, his 23rd one-day international. It's very important, his final 8 deliveries, that the Australians score on every opportunity. The run rate is good, but it's a very good batting record, and Matthews trying to improvise, was clean bowled, being nowhere near this delivery.
He's trying to score off every delivery. 272 was a winning total last night.
Oh, superbly played Dean Jones. That's one of his best shots in a magnificent innings. Charging the left-hander, hitting it beautifully through mid-wicket, all along the carpet. And a good crowd loving this great batting exhibition.
Brilliant footwork by Dean Jones, turning that one into a full toss. Right in the meat of the bat, through the vacant area at mid-wicket. It's a desperate effort to try and cut that one off.
Imran to come with his last over from the members' end, 2 to be bowled. That's a big hit. Omar going back. No good, going back. Omar, that's 6. A beautiful hit from a man that has not been at the wicket very long against Imran. You don't see him hit down the ground very often.
Well, you wouldn't very often back yourself to hit Imran Khan down the ground on the 3rd delivery you face, but such is the ability. Simon O'Donnell, look at that for a hit. And don't the crowd love it? Great hit, Simon O'Donnell. Just what Australia needs at this, the business end of the game. That's a beauty. That's airborne. Nice arc and over the fence.
Dean Jones is gone. The end of a great knock. Looking to hit it over mid-wicket. Tremendous innings by Dean Jones. 2 in a row. The concentration was superb, and thanks for coming says it all. Crowd standing for the second day in succession, and he's a Victorian. All you New South Welshman, Queenslanders and Tasmanians, there's a top-notch Victorian for you. Dean Jones, a standing ovation at the Wacker. The Parks at 6 for 271.
This afternoon, and a maximum temperature of around about 15. Things have improved out here in the centre. Still very lush grass and a little bit of dampness, no doubt, on the soles of the bowlers' boots as they...
That fella's veins, and didn't he let it rush today? What a magnificent performance. Celebration by the team, acknowledges the crowd and his teammates. It was a great knock. Crowd tell the picture here. Back-to-back hundreds inside 24 hours. Just a couple of deliveries left.
Yes, and tremendous buzz. Last night England scored 6 for 272 in the final over. Australia are 6 for 271, and Ken McClay comes in the end of a fine knock. Akram keeping the ball up at middle leg stump. Jones trying to hit it square. He's had a magnificent 2 days. The crowd have loved it, and rightly so. Jones 121, Stephen Waugh 82. Magnificent partnership. For 173 and 107 minutes by Jones and Waugh. Final delivery. Well bowled, they're through for a bye. So at the end of 50 overs, the Australians do very well indeed.
For the taste alone.
73, Marsh and Bishop, an opening stand of 26 in 51 balls faced. And then came the stand of the innings, Jones and Waugh, 173 for the 4th wicket, and that took only 175 balls. Dean Jones, in making that 121, became the first Australian ever to hit centuries in successive limited overs games. It's been done on one occasion 3 times by Zahir Abbas. That was in India in 1982-83. And Jones has joined Desmond Haynes and Graham Gooch and David Gower in that list of successive centuries. 6 for 273, and the bowling figures for Pakistan. Imran Khan was their best. Wasim Akram, well, he was taken to by Jones in that last spell, which is very important from Australia's point of view, and a wicket to Mudassar Nazar, but it cost him 56. Their spare part bowlers, they were the ones who cost a lot of runs there. 3 overs for 22 for Shoaib, Mansur Elahi, 2 overs for 16, and Asif Mutaba, 5 overs, no maiden, no wicket for 32. Well, the run rate required by Pakistan is 5.48, so the Australians on that points table are doing pretty well on the run rate. They still have to win, and that's not going to be easy against a very, very strong Pakistan batting lineup.
Ken McClay has opened the bowling for Australia, coming from the members' end. Kazim Omar is on strike, and for Pakistan, they need 274 for victory at a rate of 5.48. 2 slips for McClay. And he really goes for that one, Kazim. Takes Pakistan along to 12, the first boundary of the innings.
And I'd suggest that the Australian bowlers will have to learn very quickly not to bowl half volleys outside off stump to this man. He's hit 2 3s and 1 4, both been from full-length deliveries outside off stump.
Beautifully placed again. That's a problem for Ken McClay. He's got the outswinger going nicely, but the batsmen are also hitting downwind. That's a bit of a slog. Long run for Whitney, and he's dropped it. got there, but couldn't hang on to the catch. That was a most uncharacteristic shot there from Shoaib.
Michael Whitney did very well after this. I think the best thing we can describe that shot as is a slog. Michael Whitney did very well to get there, but unfortunately for him and Australia, wasn't able to hang on to it.
And he's been given by umpire Randell. Pitching around about leg stump and just coming back towards middle. So Ken McClay getting the outswinger right on the ideal line.
It's a ball of very full length, and most certainly would have hit the stumps. The only shadow of doubt might have been if it had pitched a millimetre outside leg stump, but umpire Randell having no hesitation, giving the young Pakistani out for 9 off 14 balls. So Pakistan lose their first wicket, chasing 274, 1 for 34.
Rameez Raja playing his 39th one-day international. Pretty good stroke maker. Pakistan making a good start here against Australia, chasing 274. Rameez has held out at mid-off. Well taken by Glenn Bishop. He's a tall man, and he needed every centimetre. So they're scoring quickly, Pakistan, but they've lost 2 wickets in the first 8 overs. The second of them being Rameez, holding out at mid-off. That's well taken by Glenn Bishop. So the second wicket goes down with the score at 40.
So the new batsman is Javed Miandad, very experienced, as you can see, 105 one-day internationals, and a lot now depending on him. Pakistan's most experienced and best batsman, tremendous player, tremendous one-day player especially, very fast runner between the wickets, and very experienced. 2 for 40. Bruce Reid. That's a great shot, and that's 4 runs. Magnificently played. Javed, who is such a tremendous player, enjoyed that shot. Carries Pakistan to 2 for 47. So Bruce Reid moves in now to Kazim Umar. And lovely shot down the ground. He doesn't move, he doesn't have to. Tremendous drive.
Perfectly placed.
And that's put away square in the offside this time, and that's 4 more runs. He really is timing this ball sweetly. That's the 3rd boundary he's taken off Reid. Started off with an off drive, then the on drive, and then the cover drive. So he's really given the repertoire here. And that's the 3rd boundary in the over. So Kazim Umar really taking a toll here, Bruce Reid. Really the long and short of it. Bruce Reid, 6 feet 8 inches tall. And that's the 4th boundary of the over, and he doesn't bother to move either. Kazim Umar, really a character of cricket, holds his bat up for his half-century, which he gathered with 4 consecutive boundaries in that over, and Pakistan are 2 for 68. Crucial wicket for Australia, because Javed Miandad is the man that they really wanted. Even though Kazim Umar has played so well, Javed is the one that any team wants to get in the Pakistani order, and that was beautifully bowled. Javed out for 7, 3 for 73. So Mudassir Nazar has come in, very experienced batsman, but one who has gone through difficulty, certainly in the series against the West Indies, which preceded this Benson and Hedges challenge.
Let's have a look at that previous dismissal.
Javed playing right over it, got the bat onto it, but it was a good delivery. Right up in the block hole, and Javed right over it, and a really crucial dismissal, and the Australians are jubilant, and they have every right to be. Oh, glorious shot. That's 4 runs. 4 runs from the time it left the bat.
Comparison. Gradually closing that gap. Pakistan just struggling at the moment. A good crowd in again. Very good crowd in. Delighted by Dean Jones's great 100. Stephen Ward.
Oh, and a big appeal there for LBW. He's got in! LBW, what a breakthrough for Australia. That one nipping back. It's going to be interesting to see on replay. The batsman doesn't look happy, but Mudassir is on his way back to the pavilion, and the Australians are doing well.
That looked close enough with the naked eye. We'll see it on replay. He just shuffled across the crease. Leg stump, it wasn't too high. Mudassir paid the penalty for not getting forward. And umpire Tony Crafter had no hesitation at all in judging the LBW decision. He's out for 7, and it's 4 for 93.
Very experienced Imran Khan, a very good player. Not a great starter, but once he gets going, he can hit the ball very hard.
Pakistan doing all right as far as runs are concerned, but they had lost 1 more wicket.
Caught, and he loses his boot in the process, Alan Border. But he didn't need his boot, just needed a couple of safe hands, a pair of safe hands, and the 5th Pakistan wicket is down, and they're in big trouble.
Kazim Omar slollies that one out. Alan Border puts his best foot forward, loses the boot. Straight into the buckets. War gets his 2nd wicket, but what a delightful knock from Kazim Omar. He really did play a superb innings. Great stuff. 67 runs, just 82 deliveries. Pakistan now 5 down for 96 and in trouble.
Manzoor Elahai, 21 one-day internationals, and he's out there to replace Kazim, who was safely caught in the covers by Alan Border.
War picked up his 2nd wicket. Good persistent line and length there. Situation of the game bringing about that downfall. Omar trying to force the pace, a little bit of extra bounce, and he paid the penalty.
Well, he hasn't steadied him down too much. In fact, he's hit that way back. That's exactly what Imran was talking about. The hardest hitter of a cricket ball in present-day cricket. It's 5 for 114. 2 hard-hitting batsmen at the crease. And that is an enormous hit. There was a bit more power behind that one, but it's gone well back. So we're seeing some quite big hitting here from these 2 Pakistan players.
Well, the captain says if you can do it, I'll have a bit of a dash too, but there was a lot of bottom hand on this one, and that's very square, almost right through mid-wicket. And that goes over the timber railing, over the fence, and what a hit. Well, that's 2 big uns in the space of just a few minutes.
Edged and taken by Tim Zura, and once again Stephen Waugh has done the job for Australia.
And what a valuable all-round effort by Steve Waugh. He's Scored 82 runs with the ball. Now he's taken the third wicket, the valuable wicket of the General, Imran Khan. Trying to wangle this one away down the vacant slips area. Gets it too fine. Little extra bounce. Tim Zora takes the catch. Pretty simple catch, really. So Imran Khan back on his way to the pavilion. Pakistan 6 wickets down for 129 and in heaps of trouble.
Asif Mushtaba, a tiny man, comes to the crease, left-hand batsman, and he replaces his skipper, Imran Khan.
And that's gone in the air, high over the extra cover area. Won't carry for 6, will certainly carry for 4. And this fellow certainly has shaken things up. Manzoor takes 12 off the over. Pakistan 6 for 153. Pakistan not yet out of it by any means, and Mansoor on 48. And he's in strike. He faces Mike Whitney.
Oh, it's straight up in the air. Whitney's going to go underneath it. Are they going to collide? No, they won't. He's got him. He's out caught. Well, it's a big wicket for Australia because Mansoor can be a real danger man. That one went high. 3 of them were converging on it. But at the end of the day, Whitney had his way.
Well, when he went off, he was kissing his bat, and now he's placed his lips upon his ball.
Have a look at that. Down she comes, and there was no way he was going to... Whoops, it just nearly popped out. Well, he got it in the end.
I tell you, there's one thing about him, Tony. He wanted it. He wasn't going to let anyone else get near it. He was shouting for it the moment it went in the air, and that's a good sign. Mansoor he played very well. 48 from 44 balls faced, 7 for 181.
Salim, the new batsman.
Chris Reed's to bowl to him.
Oh, he's hit that one high and over the top. Well played. What a beautiful shot down to mid-on. Well done. It's right. He's Pakistanis off yet. This is the advantage of having batsmen come in late in the order. What a beautiful shot this is for a tail-ender.
A very wristy, lithe player. He's bent almost half over there in playing that shot.
The rate required is 7.71. It's in the air. It's in the air, and it's going to be caught. O'Donnell's under it. He's got him. He's gone. That's a big wicket for Australia. Michael Whitney has struck again. And surely that wicket is going to make the difference for Australia.
Very good short in. And just as we were starting to think that the Australians were having problems, and those problems were going to grow even bigger, the batsman miscued, and O'Donnell judged it very nicely. Sure at the last minute that he really wanted his hands in that position, but he had them around the ball, and Michael Whitney is again this time giving it the 2 clenched fists. 31 to Salim Yusuf. He'll be disappointed. Caught O'Donnell bowl Whitney, and Whitney now has two for 44.
Wasim Akram, the new batsman, and he's certainly got a bit to say. He's told the youngster to settle down. There's no rush here. And that'll be very interesting to see how he handles the bat. He's down at the non-striker's end. This is how the last one happened, the last dismissal. It went high in the air, but Simon O'Donnell always looked confident under that one.
And that's struck, and that's Dean Jones' style of shot. Beautifully timed by Asif. Simon O'Donnell just short of a good length. He whipped him over mid-wicket. Beautifully timed.
Well, the Pakistanis have got to go for the boundaries.
2 overs remaining. Simon O'Donnell and I would think Steve Waugh to bowl out the final 2 overs. Asif has moved to 44, a little gem of an innings of 49 deliveries with 3 fours. Wasim scored 6 off 9 deliveries, and that's the equation. A frightening one from the Australian point of view. Very close indeed. Oh, bad ball, and he strikes and he beats cover. This could be 4. Jones, the century maker, putting in the big ones. He'll go down for the slide, and he doesn't make it, or does he? Knocks over the screen. There's back 4, 3, 4, says umpire Steve Randall. What an effort from Dean Jones. A magnificent effort, but umpire Randall waving for border at long on. Simon O'Donnell having a discussion. And watch Dean Jones, a tremendous performance.
There's no thought of personal danger, but certainly there's no doubt about it. It's hit the timber, it's 4 runs.
And that's the situation. 8 balls, 11 runs there, in with a big chance, Pakistan. That's good hit. There's nobody out there. It's high, it's facing towards the boundary, and that's 4. So Pakistan, if they keep their cool, will win this match. They're reducing the batsmen hugging and almost kissing each other. Big Wasm, he's not frightened to have a go. He took on Whitney, and now little Asif, what a gem.
How would you be? Stephen Waugh, he's got to come back to bowl the last, the most important, vital over in this match. He's been spelled for a while. The muscles will have seized up. Certainly the tendency to choke, probably the most important over he's bowled, perhaps in his life. It is a mind game from now on, but for the players in the middle, 6 to go.
6 to tie, 7 to win. That could be out, it's in the air, Whitney's under it. That was not a good shot, and he's got it. Oh, the crowd go wild. So the little man is on strike. Asif wasn't head bowed, possibly overconfident. It wasn't needed a slump. He did it, the pressure got to him, and Waugh, who has got great confidence in, was just short of a good length, and Whitney took the pressure catch, and 17,000 fans jumping to their feet.
I'll tell you what, Bill, it was a pressure catch. They've got away with a bit of hit and miss, the Pakistanis. They've had their fair share, but look how long that ball hung in the air. Whitney's got to hang there. The roar of the crowd. 17,000, 18,000 people here. They were hanging there, they were roaring, and yet he had to watch the ball. A little bit of breeze around the Fremantle doctor. It's pulled up a bit. But Wasim Akram goes, now only the number 11 batsman to come.
Poor old Jaffa. Well, he has to run, does Jaffa. He's at the non-striker's end. But the man at the striker's end has shown touch of class tonight. In comes Waugh. They go for 1. So number 11. How many balls remaining, Earth? Lost count. 4 balls remaining.
We can get to
and also for Pakistan, with already points on the board, a tie would be a great benefit to them. That's the equation. 6 runs, 4 balls, and only 1 wicket. Can the number 11 stand the pressure? Because the commentators are getting a bit wobbly, I can tell you that.
Tell you what, Jaffa's lucky he's got the chewing gum and not the Jaffas in the mouth. I tell you what, he's going up and down. The jaws are moving a million mile an hour. And I bet the heart is too.
In comes Stephen Waugh. The number 11's at the crease. He puts back the ball. There's 1, and I'll be happy with that, surely. Yes, Asif as cool as a cucumber in the crisis.
Well, Alan Borders, he's got a problem here. Does he push him out? Or does he try and back his bowler and leave a few in, try and stop the single? He's got an awkward situation here. He'll tug on the onside, there's no doubt about that. He's got a deep long on, a deep mid-wicket, and Alan Border himself some 50 metres at mid-wicket 45.
Stephen Waugh, Asif on strike. Gets it fine. He plays down there, he's racing quick, can he get it? He knocks it down, they're 3 for 2. And Asif retains the strike, the throws wild. They're going for the 3rd. The throw's not there, and he's home safely. Goodness gracious me. 1 for a tie. One for a tie, 2 for a win. Well, I've had it. You take over, Max.
Well, we very rarely see Irving Rosenwater rattle, but he's got the biros going, the HB pencil, it's all going. He'll be calling for the obliterator shortly here. The game's not down yet. The game's not over till the last ball's bowled. We've got 2 to go. Is that right, Bill?
That's right, and Alan Border must bring them in, Max. They've got a number 11 on strike. There's got to be a run out here. And for the batting point of view, he's got to put bat to ball or pad. They may have, look at the slips, 2 slips in the gully. Cover, a mid-off, mid-on, square leg, backward square leg. Nobody's down. Will he swing? Will the pressure get to the number 11? He swings that victory. It's over, at least a tie. They'll go for 2. And Pakistan bring off one of the all-time great wins. What a performance. A win for Pakistan. The scoreboard is not correct. They're going off. They're asking, is that right? Yes. And 4 points. Will Australia ever win a match? That selection victory, you can put it down to the Pakistan selectors. They batted down to number 11. They deserved a well-earned victory.
Well, what a great victory that was for Pakistan. 9 for 274. At one stage, they were gone and forgotten. They were 5 for 96, and then they were 6 for 129. And it was that string of partnerships in the centre, Imran and Mansour, 33 and 34 balls. Mansour and Mushtaba, 52 and 49 balls. Mushtaba and Yusuf, 43 and 38. And then Mushtaba and Wasim Akram, 43 in 34 balls. All very exciting and brilliant work from the Pakistanis, and even they in the dressing room must have thought they were going to have great difficulty in winning that match. In the end, they did so by 1 wicket with the 1 ball to spare. 9 for 274, the Australian bowling figures. Well, this was a very high-scoring match, and the Australians suffered in the same way as did the Pakistanis. Macleay 2 for 36, Whitney 2 for 58, Reid 1 for 61. For the first time they got to him, it was Kazim Omar who gave him some real hammer early on. Steve Waugh 4 for 49, and Simon O'Donnell had 56 taken from 10 overs. Matthews didn't bowl at all.
This has been another presentation from Nines Wide.